Good morning. It's me, Pragya, and today we are going to start a new chapter from a geography book, Contemporary India. First chapter is India, size and location. Here we are going to talk about uh, four contents: location, size, India, and the word India's neighbor. So, first here we are going to talk about its location. India is a vast country lying entirely in the northern hemisphere. Yes, of course, northern hemisphere. Because Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Cancer, it divides India into two equal parts. So India lies here in the northern hemisphere. You can see it. Okay. The part below the Tropic of Cancer, it is called tropical. Okay, and the part above this Tropic of Cancer, it is called subtropical. This you should remember. Okay. Next thing is that the mainland extend between latitudes, because you have, I think, already learned latitudes and longitudes. Otherwise I'll discuss it. um, Latitudes 8 degree 4 north and 37 degree 6 north, and longitudes 68 degree 7 east and 97 degree 25 east. Okay. I think I should explain you about latitude and longitudes. Actually, the earth is so big that it is difficult to tell the exact location of a place. Okay. So, a Greek philosopher and mathematician, Eratosthenes, came with latitudes and longitudes. Now, the spinning of the earth on its axis provides two naturally fixed points, and that is North Pole and South Pole. When we have glanced at any globe, we can see a series of north south lines and east west lines, and together they make the earth's grid system, that is also known the geographical grid. These lines helps us to find the exact location of a place. So these north to south lines, like these lines, you can see these lines. These lines are actually called longitudes or meridians. Okay. These meridians, they run from north pole to south pole. Okay, and they are actually in half circle, like in this half circle. Okay, so these are called longitudes. When we talk about latitudes, they extend now we are going to talk about the latitudes. So the east west lines are known as parallels of latitudes. They are in this way, like this. So, what are latitudes? Latitudes is an angular distance of a place north or south of the equator. Suppose I say that Mumbai is in 19 degree north. This means Mumbai is 19 degrees north of the equator. Now, if a line is going to be drawn from Mumbai on the globe to the center of the globe, then the line would make an angle of 19 degrees with the horizontal. Another angle of 19 degrees can be measured with south of the equator. So there are two 90 degrees, one in the north and other one in the south. So it must be clearly mentioned when I say that when Mumbai is at 19 degree of the north and the lines of latitudes are then drawn to the parallels of the latitudes. This parallel of latitudes is called 19 degree north of the latitudes. Okay. So now we understood latitudes and longitudes. Okay. So latitudes, these are the parallels, and longitudes, these are the meridians. You should remember this. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the topic of Cancer. It divides the country into almost two equal parts. Here we are talking about to the south, east and southwest of the mainland lie the Andaman and Nicobar Island and the Lakshadweep Island. So you should remember that the capital of Andaman and Nicobar is Port Blair and the capital of Lakshadweep is Kavarati. Now here we are going to talk about the size of our country. So when we are going to talk about the size, India has an area of 3.28 million square kilometer. India's total area accounts for about 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world. Okay, India is seventh largest country of the world, seventh largest country after China. Okay, India has a land boundary of about 15,200 kilometer, and the total length of the coastline of the mainland including Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep is 7,516.6 kilometer. Okay, so you should remember this point. To the north west of our country lies the Young-fold Mountains called the Himalayas, and the reason it is called young, it's because it was formed 50 million years old when the Indian plate collided with the Eurasian fold, when India was connected with the Australian coast. Okay. Before that, India was a large island connected with the Australian coast, and then we broke apart and then we moved towards northeast direction. And got merged with the Eurasian plate. And since Eurasian plate is much bigger, so what happens when smaller things collides with the bigger things? Mountains are formed. Okay. Now I'll show you the extension of Himalayas from here, like from north to east. Okay. So Himalayas are like this. Always remember, east to west extent appears smaller than north to west extent. Okay. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there is a time lag of 2 hours. Since we cannot afford two different timings, that is why we have adopted a standard meridian, that is called IST, and this is measured with the help of longitude, which passes from Mirzapur. in Uttar Pradesh. Okay. Now we are going to talk about India and the world. That is the third point. India and the world. Always remember, India is a part of South Asia. Our location is very strategic because we can see that all the ships that passes, uh, they pass through Indian Ocean. Okay, all the ships they passes through Indian Ocean. All the ships you can see. Okay, and it helps us in establishing close contacts with Asia. And no other country has such a long coastline, and it is very helping India to establish close contact with West Asia. Okay, India's contact with the world have continued through ages, but our relationships through the land routes are much older than maritime contacts. The various passages across the mountains in the north have provided passages to the ancient travelers, while the ocean restricted such interaction for a long time. We can say that the mountains uh, they provided passes to travelers just because of these mountains, and the routes provided with the help of the passages, the people were able to exchange ideas, the ideas of Upanishads and Ramayana, the stories of Panchatantra, the Indian numerals, these all the spices, muslin, and other merchandise were taken from India to different countries. On the other hand, mm, um, the influence of Greek sculpture and the architectural style of dome and minarets from West Asia can be seen in different parts of our country. Okay, so this you should remember that uh, you know uh, what was the role of these passages in increasing uh, contact with other nations. What the roots have contributed. This question is very important because you should know. Now we'll talk about India's neighbors here. Okay, India occupies a strategic position in South Asia. India has 29 states and 7 union territories. India shares its boundaries with Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar and Bangladesh in the east. You should remember these points, all these points. Okay, all these points you should remember. Now, this is very important question here. Before 1947, there were two states in India: the provinces and the princely states. Provinces were ruled directly by British officials who were appointed by the viceroy, and princely states were ruled by local hereditary rulers who acknowledged sovereignty in return for local autonomy. So this you must remember. Okay. And the southern here you can say two countries in the southern part, Maldives and Sri Lanka. ठीक है. So you should remember that the narrow channel of sea formed by Park Strait and the Gulf of Mannar, while Maldives Island, actually Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel, and you should remember this. Sri Lanka is separated from India by a narrow channel of sea formed by Park Strait. You should remember, and the Gulf of Mannar. Okay. India has had strong geographical and historical links with the neighbors. Look at the physical map of Asia in your atlas. and note how India stands apart from the rest of Asia. And this is a map. This map is very important for all of you because all union territories and the states are located here. So you should try to learn the location of all the state because it is very helpful for your examination purpose. In this way, we have concluded the chapter. As I have already told you, we'll sum up. I'll also send you a video. So first we talk about the India's location, as I told you. Then we talk about its size, as I told you. And then we talk about India and the world, as I told you. India's relationship with the world. And then definitely I told you about India's neighbors. This is enough in this chapter, and rest of all we do in the exercises that are given here. Uh, okay, all the best.